In Greek mythology, the wind gods are known as Anemoi. The name Anemoi is derived from the ancient Greek word anemos, meaning wind. According to the Greek poet Hesiod, the parents of the Anemoi are the Titan and astrological god Astraeus and the dawn goddess Eos. Sometimes the Anemoi are associated with Aeolus, another god of the winds. Aeolus is described in Homer's Odyssey as the god who controls the winds and helps Odysseus by giving him the winds in a bag. However, Aeolus is generally considered not the father of the Anemoi, but their guardian or manager. The Anemoi are the gods who control the winds, and they usually consist of gods representing the four main directions and lesser-known gods representing the intermediate directions. More commonly mentioned are the quartet of gods representing the four main wind directions. These are Boreas, the north wind, Noce, the south wind, Urus, the east wind, and Zephrus, the west wind. The lesser-known counterparts mentioned in the Tower of the Winds in Athens are the gods Caekius, northeast wind, Aeolus, southeast wind, Skyron, northwest wind, and Lips, southwest wind. The Tower of the Winds in Athens is adorned with statues of these gods, each representing their respective wind direction. This tower is an important structure symbolizing the powers and directions of the Anemoi. In Roman mythology, the equivalent gods to the Anemoi were known as the Venti. These gods had different names, but had similar attributes to their Greek counterparts and were often confused with them. Each of the Anemoi has a unique name reflecting the direction of the wind they represent, embodying the essence of their being and the ancient understanding of the natural world. In this video, we will focus on the gods representing the four main wind directions. Boreas, the god of the north wind. In Greek mythology, Boreas is known as the god of the north wind. Bringing cold winter winds, Boreas's name comes from the Greek word boras, meaning north wind. Boreas was believed to live in Thrace and is usually depicted as a muscular man. He is notable for his long hair and beard covered in ice. In artworks, Boreas is portrayed as an old, strong, and imposing figure. He has wings and is sometimes described as having serpent-like feet. These depictions symbolize the speed and power of the wind. Additionally, Boreas is often associated with horses. In artworks, Boreas frequently appears in scenes where horses are running with the wind or flying with a cold breeze. Among the Anemoi, wind gods, Boreas is the strongest and most fearsome, bringing snowstorms and freezing cold with his fierce breath. He also plays a significant role in mythological stories. One of Boreas's well-known tales is his love for the Athenian princess Orithyia. Boreas abducted Orithyia and took her to Thrace, where they married. They had 4 children, 2 sons named Zetes and Calais, and 2 daughters named Chione and Cleopatra. Zetes and Calais were among the Argonauts and participated in the quest for the Golden Fleece. Furthermore, Boreas was greatly revered by the Athenians for protecting Athens against the Persian Emperor Xerxes' fleet. When the Persian fleet anchored off the coast of Thrace, Boreas used his powerful winds to destroy the Persian ships and save Athens. Boreas is frequently depicted in Greek and Roman art. In sculptures, he is generally seen as a powerful and imposing figure. Especially during the Roman period, depictions of Boreas were often used to emphasize the power and unpredictability of nature. In artworks, Boreas is often depicted as blowing with the wind, symbolizing both the destructive and renewing aspects of nature. In Roman mythology, Boreas' counterpart is Aquilo or Aquilon. Noce, the god of the south wind. In Greek mythology, Noce is known as the god of the south wind. The Greek word nodos means south wind. He is generally depicted as a young and strong man. Noce is an important member of the Anemoi, wind gods. In Greek art and literature, He is symbolized in a way that represents warmth and humidity. He is often associated with stormy and rainy weather conditions. Notice is active in late summer and early autumn. The south wind brings rains that are crucial for agriculture, but excessive rain can also damage crops. Notice's mythological stories focus on the effects of agriculture, seafaring, and natural phenomena. The stories describe how the south winds affect farming and make sea voyages difficult. Additionally, in some tales, Noce is seen helping people and taking on a protective role. He is frequently mentioned in Homer's epics. Especially in the Iliad and Odyssey, the winds of Noce make sailors' journeys difficult and cause storms. The winds of Noce can sometimes be strong enough to sink ships. In Roman mythology, Noce's counterpart is Auster. Urus, the god of the east wind. In Greek mythology, Urus is known as the god of the east wind. The Greek word Euros, or Urus, means east wind. He is generally depicted as a young and strong man. In Greek art, Urus often has a light and calm appearance. However, depictions can vary depending on the intensity and impact of the east winds. Urus is also known as a character that symbolizes the sunrise and new beginnings in the east. Although less prominent, Urus can cause sudden and powerful storms. For the ancient Greeks, Urus was sometimes associated with drought and bad weather conditions, thus considered ominous. The mythological stories of Urus describe the effects of nature and the wind on human life through the symbolism of the east. There are various stories about the impact of the east winds on agriculture and their role in sea voyages. Urus is sometimes described as a powerful nature god who can bring thunderstorms and tempests. Urus's winds also appear in Homer's epics, the Iliad and the Odyssey. During Odysseus's journey, the winds of Urus occasionally blow his ship off course, complicating his adventures. In Roman mythology, Urus's counterpart is Volturnus. Zephrus, the god of the west wind. Zephrus is known as the god of the west wind in Greek mythology. He brings gentle and mild winds in spring and early summer. The Greek word Zephyros or Zephyrus means west wind. Zephyrus is generally depicted as young and strong and is considered the most gentle and pleasant wind. In Greek art, he symbolizes the soft and pleasant breezes of the west winds. He is also known as the wind of beautiful seasons and flowers. One of the mythological stories of Zephyrus involves his love for the beautiful nymph Hyacinth. However, Zephyrus's love for Hyacinth ends tragically. Out of jealousy, he throws a discus that causes Hyacinth's death. This event shows the emotional and sometimes destructive nature of Zephyrus. Additionally, there are various stories about Zephyrus's impact on agriculture and his role in sea voyages. Zephyrus is also known for his relationship with the goddess of love, Aphrodite, and is sometimes seen as her companion. Zephyrus is typically depicted in Greek and Roman art as a figure representing the beautiful effects of the west winds and natural phenomena. In sculptures and vases, he is portrayed elegantly and aesthetically. In literature, he frequently appears in stories describing the gentle and pleasant effects of nature. In Roman mythology, his counterpart is Favonius. The Anemoi represent the power of nature and the cycle of seasons in Greek mythology. Their stories illustrate how closely human life and nature are intertwined. These gods influence not only the winds, but also the cycles of nature and human activities. The mythological narratives of the Anemoi reflect the rich and multifaceted nature of Greek culture, delving deeply into humanity's relationship with the natural world.